All right, hello there. So glad you could join me. Now, have you ever poured your heart, your soul, everything you've got into a project only for the person who's actually going to use it to turn around and say, they don't really like it? It's a proper kick in the teeth, isn't it? Well, today we're going to look at a brilliant framework that's designed to stop that from ever happening again, the Agile testing quadrant.
Right, let's picture it. Your team's been working flat out, burning the midnight oil. The product is technically flawless. I mean, it passes every single automated test you can throw at it. But then, the big day comes. You unveil it to the user and their face just drops. I hate it. Oof, that's a gut punch. And that right there is the crucial gap we need to close. The massive difference between a product that simply works and a product that people genuinely love.
So, to get our heads around this, let's build something together. And not just anything, oh no. Let's build a classic, brilliant British sports car. Our whole mission here is to create an experience, not just a lump of metal. We're not just bolting together an engine that works. We're crafting a drive, a feeling that the customer will be telling their mates about for years. And the Agile testing quadrants? Well, that's going to be our master blueprint.
Okay, so let's get this blueprint unfolded and have a proper look. What's the big idea behind these quadrants? And more importantly, how can they stop us from building something that just completely misses the mark?
At its heart, the Agile testing quadrants are basically a mental model, a framework to help you organize all your testing activities. Now, it's really important to get this. It's not some rigid tick box exercise. It's a way of thinking about quality from every possible angle. It was first dreamed up by Brian Marek and then made famous by Lisa Crispin and Janet Gregory, and really its main job is to make sure you're covering all your bases to get to what we'd call true quality.
Now, have a good look at this slide, because this is the absolute core of our blueprint. You see those two axes? The one going across the middle separates tests that are technology-facing, the stuff our engineers are looking at under the bonnet, from the tests that are business-facing, what the customer actually feels when they're in the driver's seat. Then the vertical axis splits things between tests that support the team by checking we're following the instructions, and tests that critique the product, properly kicking the tires to see what's what. Together, these two axes create our 4 essential quadrants.
Right, with the blueprint understood, it's time for a proper tour of the garage. Let's pop into each quadrant and see exactly what kind of testing is going on in each bay. First up, Quadrant 1. Let's head down to the engine room, the real heart of the whole operation. Quadrant 1 is all about the oily bits, the internal mechanics. In here, we are focused 100% on technology-facing tests that support the team. We're making sure that every single component, every last nut, bolt, and piston is engineered perfectly and does exactly what it's supposed to.
So what does that actually mean? Well, this is where we're running all our automated checks, like unit tests, which are looking at the tiniest bits of code, and component tests, making sure different parts of the engine play nicely together. The goal here is dead simple. Make sure every technical bit does its job flawlessly. This is the bedrock of quality, right here.
Okay, lovely. Let's move on down the assembly line to Q2. You can see the car is really starting to take shape now.
Now in Quadrant 2, we're still in the business of supporting the team, checking against the specs, but our focus shifts. It's now much more business-facing. This is all about confirming that the features the customer actually asked for are there and they're correct. Did they ask for the V8 engine? Is it in there? Did they want the posh leather seats? Let's check. We're making sure the car matches the order form.
This quadrant is home to things like acceptance tests and functional tests. These are often automated, and they basically confirm that the car's features, like the electric windows or the sat-nav, meet the business requirements we all agreed on. This is a real team effort, Developers, testers, the business folks, everyone agrees what done actually looks like.
And now for the really fun bit, the test drive. Keys, please.
Welcome to Quadrant 3. And here, we make a massive shift. We go from supporting the team to critiquing the product, and we're doing it from a business-facing view. We're no longer asking, did we build it right? We're asking, do we build the right thing? We hand the keys over to a real person and see how it feels. Is it a joy to drive? Is there enough room in the glove box for their cucumber sandwiches? This is where we find out if we've built something truly desirable.
So this is the world of manual, human-powered testing. Think exploratory testing, usability testing. It's about getting in the driver's seat and actively looking for problems, seeing the product through a real user's eyes. This is how you find all those annoying little issues and missing features that a simple checklist would never, ever catch.
Right, finally, it's time for the Top Gear Challenge. Let's really put this beautiful machine through its paces.
Over in Quadrant 4, we're back to looking under the bonnet, being technology-facing, but our goal is now to critique the product. We're going to push this car to its absolute limits. How does it handle when you really thrash it? Is it secure? Could someone nick it easily? This is where we check all the stuff a customer just expects, but probably wouldn't think to ask for.
Yeah, this quadrant is all about those crucial non-functionals: performance, security, reliability, all the alilities. These are the qualities the customer just assumes are baked in, like the car being safe in a crash and not breaking down every 5 minutes. These tests often need specialist tools to simulate extreme conditions and find those potential breaking points before the customer does.
So there we have it. We've completed our tour of the factory. Now, let's see how this blueprint actually comes to life and how a team uses it to make sure they're building a masterpiece, not a banger.
And this brings us to the most important insight of the whole thing: balance. Just look at the slide. The left side, quadrants 1 and 4, that's all about the tech. This is building the product right, making sure it's technically solid, safe, and fast. The right side, quadrants 2 and 3, that's all about the business and the user. That's about building the right product, making sure it's what people actually wanted and that they love using it. A truly great project needs both, in perfect balance.
So, how do teams actually use this day to day? Well, they use it as a roadmap. Right at the start of a project, they'll sit down and brainstorm tests for all 4 of these quadrants. Then, in each sprint or work cycle, they'll make a point of planning and running tests from each area. It's a living, breathing guide that makes sure they're taking a balanced approach to quality from start to finish.
So, after our little journey today, what are the key things to stick in your pocket? Why is this blueprint so incredibly important for anyone involved in making, well, anything? Here are the 4 big things to remember. First, it's a fantastic planning tool for getting that balanced testing strategy. Second, it's a brilliant way to get the whole team talking the same language about quality. Third, it really hammers home that quality is everyone's job, not just something you chuck over the wall to a tester. And finally, and this is the big one, it's your secret weapon to make sure you build the right product and you build it right.
So the next time you find yourself on the starting line of a new project, just take a moment. Have a look at your blueprint and ask yourself, have we checked all 4 corners? Are we just building something that works? Are we building something that is truly, brilliantly wanted?